Hey pilots, George from the future. I'm just adding this on because I finished the video you're about to see. Two things. First of all, sorry it's a bit shaky because I've had to do it in, you'll see, I've had to hold the camera, it's a fiddly thing. What it is, the Turnigy Evolution, when you turn it on you get a message on screen, so you make sure all switches are in their upright position and the throttle's down. Right, if you own a Turnigy Evolution you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, one of my switches, and I've checked YouTube actually, this has happened to a few people, one of my switches is broken and it stopped working, so I could not put it in the correct position. Right, so basically the Turnigy Evolution was a paperweight, it just would not turn on properly for me to use. However, I fixed it. Right, basically by removing the switch and making a joint, for want of a better word, a solder connection joint, so the switch thinks it's in the off position constantly. Right, okay, that switch is now knackered, but at the same time at least I can use my transmitter again. Alright, so that's what the video is basically about. Right, but the thing I wanted to tell you is, if you do it, take your time. And if you've got any questions, leave a comment, because the video is a bit up and down because I've got the camera in my hand and I'm trying to zoom in on little things. It was one of them fiddly bloody jobs. It's not a difficult job if you take your time, but it's a fiddly job. Oh, by the way, if you do it and you blow your transmitter up, don't come crying to me. Disclaimer, not my fault. Just because I did it, don't mean you have to. But no, so if your transmitter, the switch is bust, so your transmitter won't turn on, this is how you fix it. An easy fix. Alright, fiddly but easy. Okay then, and by the way, if anybody knows a better way, please tell me in the comments. Right, please leave, if there's a better way, right, like if you know where to buy the replacement circuit for the switch, brilliant, tell me. I looked all over the bloody place, I couldn't find one, that's why I stripped it down and did what I did. Okay then pilots, we'll jump straight to me upstairs in the past. Hello pilots and ground crew, welcome back to my channel. I've just got a quick fix for you today. It's going to be a bit shaky because the camera's in my hand. Alright, so it's for the Turnigy Evolution when the switches are bust. Let me just go down and show you what I'm on about. When I try and turn my Turnigy Evolution on, you get that message about make sure all the switches are in the right place and all that sort of stuff. Well, one of my switches has snapped. Alright, it's here. You see that? One of the switches has snapped. You'll see it better there. Alright, so now the transmitter won't bleed in work. And you, well, I've looked everywhere, but you can't get spare parts because it's the main circuit inside. So I'll show you how to do a quick fix to repair it to get your Turnigy Evolution working again, because unless that switch is in its up position the bloody thing won't turn on, and obviously it's not because it's snapped. Right then, all I'm going to do, just turn that off again, all I'm going to do is take all the screws out and take it in half, and I'll come back to you. Catch you in a sec. Right then guys, all I've done is took the screws out and took the lid off. Now this bit here, ignore it and I'll show you how I've done it. On this side here you got the two screws, undo the two screws, and on the other side, if I can show you, there's a little screw there. Just unscrew that counterclockwise and the full thing will come off like that. Well, obviously mine's bust, as I said. The rest of it now is on there, but yeah, that's all you need to do. Unscrew them two screws, pull that out, slide that out, and basically just unplug that, the switch connector. It's just on a JST. Unplug it so you can get at this bit, and this is the bit you need to sort out. It had a little metal clip round which just sits on like that as such, and I've just unplugged that as well just to get at it. Right, now because the switch is broken where the switch would usually go in there, you have that tiny little piece of metal which is a conductor for it to make the circuit in there. It's a bit messy because I tried getting some guck out and the guck went in. Long story, my fault. Now if I can zoom in, don't know if this will zoom, if you can see the connector, whoops, on that corner there, that little piece of metal, shall we say, sticking up right on the corner, right in the corner of your screen now. Alright, this little conductor here, whoa, zoom out again, that little conductor there sits on like that floating section in the middle there. Alright, it just sits on it, on the little rim there. Now what you need to do is get that so it's sat like that, but it's sat in that position and stays down in that position. Then that'll be like the off position of the switch. Now it's tricky, right? Some people will throw it away and just buy another one, but what you need to do is get a blob of solder inside there. Don't know if that zoomed in. Inside there, right, and a blob of solder on the outside, whoops, lost it, on the outside of that corner. Put one on top of the other, apply heat so they stick together, and that should create a circuit. Well, it does create a circuit, just like soldering two wires together, but really fiddly. Now there's no way I'm going to be able to do this on camera, so I've told you what I'm going to do. I will do it, then show you again. Okay, and then let's hope it works. Okay, then take two. Right, I'll just show you this bit. As I said, I've put a tiny blob of solder on the top of that connector, and if you can see in there, I've put a tiny blob, oh, out of focus, put a tiny blob of solder on the inside connector. And now I'm going to put basically that on top of that and apply heat to the top of it to let them melt in. There's no way I can do this on camera. I will see what happens if I leave that there. You may get a gist of what's going on. If not, just fast forward this bit. Whoops. Right. It's a fiddly job, I'm not going to lie to you. It's a pain in the backside actually. Yeah, you've got this little connector here, whoops, which we've nearly lost. This little connector here, that'll put a blob of solder on, as you can see, hopefully, and a blob of solder on the inside. And now to make the circuit, you see, I put one on top of the other, squash it down, apply heat, and hopefully it'll join, if you know what I mean. It's a fiddly job. It's not something you rush at. Right, I've got it in now, and hopefully, whoops. Alright, just so you can see. Sorry about all the shaking and everything, but it's one of them jobs. Give it a chance to focus. You can see it's in there, and on the top, as you're looking at it that way, on the top I'm going to apply heat, right, to join the two pieces of solder together to form a connection or a circuit. Right, well, I'll leave the camera running, but I don't know how successful this is going to be on camera. I'm using a little screwdriver to hold that clip in place while I apply heat, and it would help. I'm going to increase the heat because I want to get in and out. So I'm increasing the heat to 400 because, like I say, I want to get in and out here. I don't want to be messing about holding bloody soldering irons half an hour and stuff like that. Just want to get in and out, get the heat going through, and get out again, shall we say. Right, I'm also putting a bit of solder on my tip, which will help join everything together, hopefully. Right, I've just dropped my screwdriver on the floor, so I'll use a cocktail stick to hold it in place. Let's have a fire. Right, this is the fiddly bit now. think that got it. Right, let's just have a look. You'll see what I mean. Let it get into focus. Come on, focus. It's a messy job, but you're never going to see it anyway. And it just keeps, well, the switch thinking it's in an on position, if you know what I mean. Let me just test that that's in there tight. Yeah, that's not moving. Yeah. Right, so the switch should think it's in an on position now. Right, let's plug it back up. Right, and turn the transmitter on and see if it works before I put everything back together again. Well, if I put that there, balance it on the solder, you might see. Right, let's just plug this switch straight back in, making sure you get the polarity the right way, your pins. Right, now hopefully when I turn the transmitter on this time it should come straight on, thinking all the switches are in the off position. I hope that's in shot. Oh, yay! I hope it actually, hang on, I'll see if I can hold that and can you see that? It's come on. So now it thinks all the switches are in the off position. Alright, I'm just going to put this down, well, turn this off again. And then fiddly awkward bloody jobs. Take my magnifying glasses off. Oh, turn my soldering iron down, it's still blasting away at 400. Right then pilots, that's how you do the fix. Right, you may have to watch this video a few times because it's a bit shaky with me having the camera in my hand. Right, and also the close-ups might be a little bit out of focus. Right, but if I just quickly go through what I've had to do once again, trying to keep hold of everything. Basically, on your, well, you forget that one a minute, that's the one we repaired. When you open it up, there's about 7 screws, just be careful, and there's a long cable, just be careful. Alright, your switch is in like a slot at that side. You take out the 2 screws, and on the other side, there's a little screw that you unscrew counterclockwise, and the full switch will come out like such. Okay then, and like I say, just unplug it carefully because it might be tight. Right, you don't have to unplug it if you've got enough room to do everything while it's plugged in. If you can't get it unplugged, that's fine. Like I say, you have a little metal clip that goes over the top of the switch compartment, you know what I mean, switch case. Right, take that off so you've got a work area. Right, on the inside, as I said, a little blob of solder on one side, put that little metal conductor back in, bit of solder on that, apply heat, hold it in place, and it thinks the switch is in the off position constantly. Right, okay, you can't use that switch anymore, but if you're like me, you only need your on and off switch, right, and a 3-position switch for when you're flying, which you only really use 2 positions. You've got your angle, if you even bother with angle, your angle and your acro. But and I only use angle for landing and taking off. Right, so I'm not that bothered if even that one went. But yeah, so you've got a 3-position switch still. You've still got your buzzer switch and however, but you're just losing 1 switch, but your transmitter will work. And let's be honest, in the long run, got my magnifying glasses on again, in the long run you want your transmitter working, you don't want to have to go out and buy a new one. It is a simple fix, it's a fiddly fix, I won't lie to you. You need to be patient, take your time, don't rush it, it's fiddly, right? But it took us, what, 20 minutes, half an hour, if I put it all together roughly, 20 minutes, half an hour. So it's not a major job, it's just a fiddly bloody pain in the backside job. Okay then, pilots and ground crew, I'm just going to put it back together now, and that's it. Okay, cheers, hope this helps, and as I used to say, I ain't said it for a while, if this helps just one person, I'm happy. Okay then, subscribe, leave thumbs up, leave thumbs down, do whatever you bloody well like. Okay, pilots and ground crew, cheers.